What the fuck is poppin' YouTube? I'm here to give you my predictions for Whittaker versus Gastelum. We're gonna start off quick with the prelims match between Juan Espino and Alexander Romanov. These are two highly touted prospects in the heavyweight division. Both have really good cardio and really good grappling. I hate to see prospects fight each other when they're both climbing up the ladder. It happened last week between Sadiq Yusuf and Arnold Allen. It's happening now with Romanov and Juan Espino. Man, I think Romanov's going to have better striking, probably a little more power in his striking. The grappling is probably going to be relatively even. Both these guys are really tough. They're really grappling heavy. I'd love to see this fight go to the ground. But usually when you have two really, really good grapplers, it ends up being a striking match. And that very much may be what happens in this fight. And if it does stay standing, Alexander Romanov, I believe, has better striking than Juan Espino. Juan Espino did win the Ultimate Fighter. I believe the Ultimate Fighter he won was where Whittaker and Gastelum were head coaches. So that's a little bit of, a little bit of irony for you guys. But yeah, my final prediction, I'm going to go with Alexander Romanov. I think he's going to get a third round TKO. He's going to get him knocked out when they're both, a little more tired, a little more exhausted, you know what I'm saying? Late into that third round, I think he'll get a TKO. Either due to ground strikes or, he rocks him on the feet and gets him out of there. So now we move on to the main card. First, let me give a shout out to Gerald Mearshart. He's coming back after getting starched by Hamzat. Man, so, let's see if he can get back on the winning column. Shouts out to Abdul Razak Al Hassan and Jacob Malkoun. Both of them got absolutely starched in the first round in their last fights, respectively. Abdul Razak Al Hassan got viciously knocked out by Chaos Williams, where you heard him snoring. It was a bad knockout. It was a vicious knockout. And Jacob Malkoun got knocked out by Phil Hawes in 18 seconds. So, yeah, now these two, both coming off knockout losses, are fighting each other. It looks like Abdul Razak Al Hassan is moving up in weight. He's going to middleweight now. And yeah, both these dudes are really heavy hitters and really powerful punchers. And yeah, unfortunately for one of these guys, they're probably going to be going to sleep again in this fight. I don't really know who to predict. This fight, I just wanted to talk about it. I didn't really want to make a prediction on this fight, to be honest, because I don't know enough about them. But I think that fight's going to be a banger. Could potentially be fight of the night / performance of the night, depending on whether someone gets a nice clean KO and a dominant performance, or if it's a back and forth fight. So now let's go to Chase Sherman versus Andrei Arlovsky. Chase Sherman he's fought pretty well. I think Andrei Arlovsky is a step up in competition compared to what he's been fighting recently. And I think Andrei's going to be a little too much for him. Andre showed a little bit of deficiency in the grappling against Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall he's a really well-rounded fighter. But I didn't think he was going to be able to take Andrei Arlovsky down that quickly and be able to transition to be able to submit him that quickly either. From shooting the takedown to the submission must have been no longer than a minute and a half. There was little to no resistance by Arlovsky. So if Chase Sherman maybe tries to come out with a grappling heavy approach, he might be able to steal a victory, but I don't think so. I think Arlovsky is going to be right for this fight. I think he's going to be prepared. I don't think he's going to leave any stone unturned, and I think he's going to come in here looking sharp and get a decision win. So now the co-main event. Jeremy Stephens versus Drakkar Klose. Initially, when I first saw this fight, I was thinking, oh yeah, Drakkar Klose should win this fight. Jeremy Stephens is moving up to lightweight, a weight class he hasn't fought in over a decade, if I'm not mistaken. He struggled Recently, he relies a lot on his power and not so much technique and skill. And I think Drakkar Close could be able to capitalize with wrestling because Drakkar Close is a really solid wrestler. I think Drakkar Close will be able to shoot on Stevens, take him down. But I saw a post fight interview or whatever you call it interview. I think it's media scrums or whatever for what you call it for this card. And Jeremy Stevens' interview, man, I really enjoyed. Like that interview really, changed my thoughts. Like, oh, this dude actually has a really good shot. He mentally seems he's in like the right place of mind, right state of mind. He seems like he's really going out there looking to hurt somebody bad. I mean, he always is, but this just seems different. It's like a different aura about him. And I'm not really a dude who's big on energy this and shit like that. But I'm telling you, his energy was different. His energy, he was giving off an energy that's like he's gonna fuck Drakkar Close up this Saturday. Um, yeah, Drakkar Close he got starched bad by Beneil Dariush. That fight was crazy. That fight was crazy. Got the infamous meme of DC leaning on Joe Rogan at the commentating desk. I mean, man, this fight's tough. If I didn't watch that interview with Stevens, I definitely would have picked Drakkar. But man, I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on it now. Oh man, it's tough. It's a close fight. I'm gonna stick with my guns. I think Drakkar is gonna come out with a wrestling heavy approach. And I think he's gonna be able to get a decision over Jeremy Stevens. I'm telling you right now, if Jeremy Stevens starches this dude, he carries his power. So if he starches Drakkar in any of the 3 rounds, I wouldn't be surprised. If Jeremy Stevens got a decision, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think Drakkar Close is gonna come out here, be smart. Don't get away from the game plan. Throw leg kicks, use good movement, and shoot takedowns. And just outpoint Stevens. Avoid the big power. Stevens has a knockout victory over RDA at lightweight. That boy can bang at 45. That boy can bang at 55. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a fun fight. But yeah, I think Drakkar is going to win. It's so close. It's basically 50-50. And now the main event. This fight I am so nervous for. I am so nervous. Because Robert Whittaker, I believe after he defeated Jared Cannonier, he deserved the next title shot. And so how did Izzy respond? Oh, I'm going to move up to light heavyweight. And we saw what happened when he moved up to light heavyweight. So now he's forced his hand and has to come back down to middleweight. And there's no true contender except for Robert Whittaker. Izzy was talking about how, oh, he wants to fight Till next. He wants to fight Till next. But Till isn't as deserving as Robert Whittaker. First of all, Robert Whittaker defeated Till. So Robert Whittaker is more deserving. And it's just, I understand why he's trying to avoid Whittaker. Whittaker stylistically is not the best matchup for him at all. I mean, I think Izzy should win. Even if they rematch, he should win. But Whittaker's a tough out. And it's like he already handled him. He already handled him. He already handled him. Excuse me. He already handled him. He dropped him multiple times in that fight. And he's like, bro, why would I go through the stress of having to prepare for this dude and fight this dude again when I already beat him convincingly? There's not why should I risk that? Like, it's a high risk, low reward for Izzy. Because, like, if he beats Whittaker, it's like, oh, he already beat him once. Whatever. But if he loses, he loses his belt. Whittaker's the champ again. So it's a high risk, low reward type situation. So, but yeah, I really want to see Robert Whittaker get this W, man. That's just me giving my biased commentary on what I want. Now we're gonna break down this fight. This is a little bit. We're kind of break down this fight. This fight, these two men are like to strike. Whittaker is much more diverse. He'll throw punches. He'll throw kicks. He'll throw side kicks. He'll throw teeps. He's very very diverse, very karate-esque style of fighting. Gastelum is very much a boxer, like a Mexican boxer. He's gonna try to get in close range with you and just exchange in the pocket. Doesn't really throw as much. Doesn't really throw much kicks. He throws kicks, but not a lot. Both these guys have really good takedowns. I think Gaslam has the better offensive wrestling, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to take down Whittaker, because Whittaker was able to stuff Yoel Romero's takedowns. I mean, I think he's going to be good enough to stuff Gaslam's takedowns, and I don't think Whittaker will be able to take down Gaslam. So I think this is going to be basically a purely striking matchup. And man, I could easily see Gaslam clipping Whittaker with the left hook. Same left hook, by the way, that Izzy caught him with. Izzy not dropped him end of the first round, then KO'd him in the second. That left hook, and Whittaker could catch him with the. I mean, not Whittaker. Gaslam could catch Whittaker with the left hook, as well, and it's a bomb of a left hook. I believe that left hook is what dropped Izzy when Gaslam fought Izzy. So man, it. But man, Whittaker. Hopefully, like I said, I'm saying biasly. Hopefully, he gets the win. But man, I could easily see Gastelum clipping Whittaker. I think this is another one that goes like 50-50. If I'm being unbiased, maybe give a slight edge to Whittaker, just a slight edge because he's on a roll. But man, Gastelum's a tough out for almost every guy. I'm leaning Whittaker. I think Whittaker's gonna get a decision. Both men have the power to knock each other out. Both men are very technical. Both men have 5 round cardio. I'm not worried about nobody gassing out or nothing like that. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of wrestling. So people worried about wrestling and shit like that, thinking it's boring. This fight isn't the fight that I think. This is the fight that you should come watch. Because I don't think there's gonna be a lot of wrestling. I honestly don't even think there's gonna be a lot of clinch work. There might be a little bit, but I don't think there's gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot of striking in the boxing range. I think there's going to be a lot of exchanges in the pockets. Kind of like, I think it's going to be, not in terms of the actual fight, but in terms of the range, it's going to be very similar to the Till Whittaker fight, where they're going to be fighting in that kind of like kickboxing, boxing range, where they're like right in the pocket and just exchanging blows. Yeah, I'm going to say Whittaker. I think he's going to get the decision. I think it's going to be a close one. Like I said, I think the decision is going to be very similar to Till as well, where it's going to be like 48-47, 49-46 for Whittaker. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Please comment down below future ideas, that you'd like to see, videos you'd like to see. Please be interactive. Give me your opinions. Give me thoughts. Give me anything that I can do to improve the channel. Anything that would improve your experience to make it more enjoyable. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Enjoy this fight card. I'm gone.